So let's now have a look at analytics. So I'm going to click on the flyout menu and select analytics on the left hand side. The area will expand, and as you can see, we've got a number of different analytic reports. You've got your aggregated weekday, we've got behaviours for visit frequency, new versus repeat, technology, so the connection method, device type, browser, platform, or operating system. We have the user location, user count, the gender, age, language, and finally we have visits, visit count, age, and gender. So you can select any one of these reports. So I'm going to pick up the top one, the aggregated weekday. And once you select that, the page will load and it'll start to pull through the data. So as you can see at the very top, it shows the analytic report that we're in, so weekday, and we're currently viewing the overview. Date range, it's the last 30 days, and when you hover over that button, as you can see, it gives you the actual date range, so from the 19th of November through to the 18th of December. Clicking into here, we can obviously change the date range from 30 days maybe to 7 days, last 6 months, last 12 months, or all time. And with the date picker, you can select a start date and end date, and it will pick up that date range automatically. So if I update this to 7 days and click apply, as you can see, it's telling me now it's 7 days, gives me the overall figure, and then in the actual report, you can see we've got the days of the week along the bottom, the values up the left, and then a figure for each day. So we have the figure here for Monday, Tuesday, hovering over each will let us know. Scrolling further down, it'll actually give you all the information, so visits by weekday, so again the days of the week, and then the average weekly visitor count number. So you don't have to hover over, you can simply access the list on the right. Scrolling back up towards the top, to the right of the calendar option, you've got this menu, and clicking into here will allow you to download as PDF or CSV, or to actually schedule this report. So if you wanted this to be sent out on a weekly, monthly basis to one or many recipients, you can do that via schedule, or you have the ability to download it instantly. Now we're currently viewing the overview of the weekday information, so as I said, the days of the week with the relevant information. But what you can do is you can actually compare other bits of information with this as well. So rather than just looking at an overview, perhaps you may want to have a look at the age range. So selecting that has now updated the chart. So as you can see, it's now giving us weekday by age range. So we still have the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday along the bottom, so the days of the week, but then now it's broken down into the different age ranges. And we have a legend on the bottom, so you can see it gives you the relevant colour for the under 18s, for 18 to 24, and so on. And actually selecting these will turn off that bit of information, so it'll allow you to only view what it is you're wanting to see. Now at the moment, these are all columns next to each other. We can change the type, so if you wanted it to be a bar chart, by clicking the cog icon, we'll expand the area. I've selected bar, click apply, and as you can see, the graph has now changed. It could be you may want to use scatter. I'm just going to put it back to column. So they're a column, but there is individual entries. You can actually change this from split to be stacked, and click apply. And as you can see, it stacks each one on top of them. So you can hover over and it will give you the full breakdown. So you can do this for each. So you still get the legend, the colour code, the number, and also the percentage. You can change it from stacked to be percentage. And you'll notice the left hand side now has changed from 0 up to 100%. And then you can see what percentage each one represents out of that 100. We've also got an add filter button. So it could be that you've got the days of the week, we've got the age range, but we actually want to break this down by male and female as well. So we can do this by adding a filter. So clicking the add filter button and select gender from the list. It will then give me the available genders, so I'm going to select female and click apply filters. So again, we've still got the same information at the bottom, but what it's now doing, it's actually telling me out of all this information, 14% of these users are female. So out of all the information that I have, the 14% of them is female, and you can add an additional filter onto here. So let's say we also wanted to use connection method, perhaps we wanted to target maybe just the Facebook users. So not only the females, but the females who have logged in with Facebook. So what this will do again, it will calculate, and you can see it's broken it down even further. So we've got 14% of our overall figure is female, and out of that 14%, we've got 1% of them have used Facebook to log in. Now this is just, the Facebook information here is just 1% of the females. If you wanted to find out what the percentage of Facebook users for all, rather than just females, rather than turning this filter off, what you can do is you can click back onto the cog icon, and at the bottom where you've got your filter options, it's currently at stack, so it applies each one to the previous, but you can segment these, so each one is its own unique value. So if I scroll up, both of these will recalculate. The gender female will stay the same, but what will happen now is it's now calculating the Facebook users from the overall amount rather than just the females. So out of the 274, 4% of those users logged in with Facebook. And you can keep adding these filters as required. Small x will delete that information, confirming by clicking remove. And as you can see, the data will always recalculate, giving you the figure again. This button here just jumps you to the top of the screen or to the bottom of the screen. And what you'll notice if I scroll down is this has changed as well. So whereas before we only had one Monday with a figure, it's now giving you Mondays, but for all the different age ranges. So you have a Monday for the under 18s and the actual figure, Monday for the under 18 to 24s and the actual figure. So you can see exactly what figure represents what age range on what particular day. And as you can see, lots of pages to make sure it's giving you all the information for all the different age ranges for all the different days of the week. Back up to the top, on this page you can change this to any other, but clicking it back to overview will bring you back the default information where you're just viewing one piece of information. And if you obviously wanted to change it from weekday, you can click back into the menu option and select your different options. As you can see, again, this one's loaded, broken down between new and repeat. You've got day, week, month or year, shown by hour. And on some reports, because you may have lots and lots of different bits of information, the legend at the bottom may not necessarily give you a colour to represent the name. So where you have new versus repeat, you may not have a colour against it because of the different variations. But you will always have the option when you do hover over here. So for example, if I change this now to operating system, you can see at the bottom here you've got your Series 1, Windows, Mac OS, Linux, iOS, but there's no colour. But if we hover over here, you can see it gives you the different shade of red for the new and different shades of blue for the repeat. Now you have the option to change this to weekly, monthly, yearly, and the option to download as mentioned. So let's have a quick look at some of the other reports. So click in the menu. We've had a look at the agitated and the behaviour. Technology wise, you can have a look at connected methods. Again, all the different available logging in methods with the same abilities. Again, with the ability to compare to other information captured. And as we can see here, because of the different variations, there's too many different colour codes, but hovering over each will show you exactly what each one represents. So you can do things like device type, and then in user we can have a look at location, gender, and also things like visits or visit count. And as you can see with each of these, each unique report will have the same available options to compare with.